Howdy, it's Tubalcain again, and I'm in beautiful Branson, Missouri, heart of the Ozarks, entertainment capital of the Midwest, and I'm concluding a 5-day vacation here where we've seen a lot of shows and ate a lot of great food, and I'm in a beautiful motel here, and it's been a great stay. They have every amenity imaginable to mankind, including a whirlpool and a swimming pool and a game room and a buffet breakfast every morning. But there's one thing they're lacking, and that is there's no machine shop. There's not even a drill press here, so I get pretty lonely from my shop. And I'm heading out this morning as daybreak falls upon Branson, but I'm heading north about 500 miles to home, and I'm going to stop in Springfield, Missouri, headquarters of Grizzly Tools, and we'll take a little field trip there and see how you like it. I've been there before, and it's quite a facility. They have 3 facilities like this, one in Pennsylvania, one in Washington, and this one here in Springfield, Missouri, that is about 500,000 square feet. So let's get on the road and see what it looks like. I'm here at the Andy Williams Theater to see Martina McBride, and as you can see, she comes in a fleet of 3 huge, beautiful buses. Well, I stayed an extra day, and I stayed too long at the fair. I saw Martina McBride last night, and she puts on a good show, but it's 100% pop. It is not country. But the weather has turned foul. It was 70 degrees yesterday, and today it's 25. I had to take 15 minutes to de-ice the car, but we are Grizzly bound. Goodbye, Branson.
Country theater, right here.
For those of you not familiar with Branson, it is a tourist town, music city and so on, carefully crafted and designed to extract every last penny from you before you leave. Up on the hill there is Dolly Parton's Dixie Stampede. You'll take a 3rd mortgage out to go through there. I've been through there. And on the other side of the road is the Dick Clark Theater. He's dead now, and I once asked the ticket agent if he'd ever been there, and he got sick and had his stroke just shortly before it opened. Never came to Branson. This is Route 65 north to Springfield. You can see that there's a lot of rock here. 6 inches of soil and the rest is rock. Not much farming done around here. There's a zip line down there. One last chance to get money out of you before you go home. That's quite a cut through the mountain. All designed to get more tourists to Branson without too much pain. Roads are wet today and a little bit scary. There's Battlefield Road. Now this road will also get you to Bass Pro Shop, the mother lode. There it is, and the roads are slick here. It's December 1st. You can see it's quite a large building. This is the back side of the building that I just showed you the storefront on. And it's quite a big building. I'm outdoors now and it's cold as it can be. But what I wanted to show you that across the street, a couple thousand feet away, is their warehouse. The one with the green stripe around it. A massive warehouse full of tools. Now that's not open to the public, but I just wanted you to see the extent of this facility. So now back in the car and drive around into the showroom. All right, through the front door of Grizzly. And there's the namesake. Probably 50% of the store is devoted to woodworking, but I'm going to just cover the metalworking section. But you can see right here are saws of all kinds, lathes, all beautifully displayed. I'd like to have that saw. Everything's got the price on it, and if you want to buy it, you pick it up in the warehouse behind. Here's a combination. There's a nice 14-inch lathe. That one's displayed with a tool post grinder on it. They got them in all sizes. All kinds of mill drills. If you're a tool lover, you'd really like this store. And you are a tool lover, or you wouldn't be watching this. There's surface plates. I bought one of those last year. You might see it in my videos. All kinds of accessories here. This will make you salivate. Rotary tables, index heads. Angle plates. As I've mentioned many times, Grizzly owns all the rights to South Bend. So here's their selection of South Bend products, including a nice milling machine, $11,000. And here's their lathes. And this little beauty here is really a lot like the original South Bends. It's a 10K. They still call it a 10K. They recognize a similarity here on the carriage and the apron. Dials read in thousands and metric. Uses a little bit of a timing belt now instead of flat belts. Another thing I found interesting here on the wall are pictures of the original South Bend factory. There's South Bend lathes making South Bend lathes. They really know how to display things here too. I'd like to buy one of those South Bend plaques there, just to hang on the wall, but they're 75 bucks. And the neat thing about this place is they know that women hate being here, including my wife. She'll be sitting here in one of these chairs, texting on her phone here in about 5 minutes. There's the lights. And watching TV. So they can spend the whole time in here while the men are out spending money. It's kind of a reversal of roles, you know. Here's a nice South Bend. It's a 8-inch. Got her on sale for $1,900. Yeah, I just mentioned that woman's lounge there, and now my wife has to suffer the indignities of me shopping. Total reversal of what happened the last week in Branson, because that's a shopper's world for women, you know. You've never been there. Many malls. And they've got precision tools here. They got calipers. Everything you'll see in their big catalog, of course. And here you just take the number and go back to the window and they'll get it for you. One of them or 100 of them. There's some nice chucks. Check them out too. Most of you are familiar with this catalog, probably got it in your archives. More over here. They sell a lot of products for gun makers. There's Machinery's Handbook that I keep telling you to buy. But you don't need to buy a new one. There are millions of them sitting on people's shelves. And the widow's going to throw them out if you don't beat her to it. I'll walk you through the woodworking section here, because there's probably a lot of woodworking guys here watching this. You know, Grizzly ought to give me something free for all the publicity I'm giving here. You'd think they'd give me at least a t-shirt, if not a actual lathe. Ah, the smell of wood. Yeah, they even got a waterfall in there. This is a beautiful store. There's some samples, beautiful samples of woodworking. Everything you need to make knives, handcuffs, I don't know what those are doing here. Supplies for making guitars and fiddles. I'll take you back to their outlet store here where they got, I think they're returns, refurbished stuff, but it's cold back here as I remember. Yes, it's still cold. Here's a nice little finger brake. That's not bad for $2.95. Presses. I just spent 20 minutes talking to the man in the distance there and found all about the company here and what it's about and the warehouse and how they sell and how they buy and how they manufacture. He's the most interesting and accommodating man. I'm glad I talked to him. But now I got to find my wife here because she's going to be mad at me. No, she never gets mad. I got to get back to the metalworking. That's what I'm interested in. There's a nice selection here of grinders from Baldor. And then their own brand here, much more affordable. Nice tool and cutter grinder. I like this drill grinder. All kinds of sharpening devices. So let's take a look at these bandsaws. I sure would like a metal cutting bandsaw like this. It's a 16-inch, the size of the do-all that I used to have at school. Got the blade welder. Nice cast iron table. Here's an 18-inch. (17-inch). They have nice clean restrooms here too. And if you decide to make a purchase, you go over to these cashier windows here. There's a little peek into the back room. All of the parts for the entire country are in this warehouse. Not in other parts of the country, but in this warehouse. And everything under 70 pounds at this store is here, and over 70 pounds is across the street in that other picture that I showed you. Here comes your order.
I think I know who you are.
In the last 30 minutes, as I just gave you a tour through this window showing you the parts warehouse, the amazing thing was that as I was speaking here, narrating this little clip, a man was standing right here waiting for his order to pick up here, and he said he recognized my voice and said, "Are you Tubalcain?" And we had a wonderful conversation that lasted for about 30 minutes, just standing here talking about his handy lathe and what I do on YouTube and so on. So that was a fun experience for me, and that he would recognize my voice 500 miles away from home. Some pretty neat accessories in here. I particularly like that vise. I've been here so long I might need a snack. Even got a little place to sit here and relax and have a drink. Yeah, here are some rotary tables. I would love to have a little index like this. I certainly could use this. I think I covered that. Here's your phase converters that you guys need. 189. Here's a rotary phase converter that will give you a true 3-phase. One last little look here at the woodworking equipment. Got some big old goldfish here. Just about every woodworking accessory or tool you could ever need is here. Now we got to go over to the lounge and pick up my wife, who is dying 1,000 deaths waiting for me. Rows and rows of milling machines. I hope you guys enjoyed this tour of Grizzly. I hope I didn't belabor the point. It's time to head home. And this is Tubalcain saying so long from Springfield, Missouri.